I never imagined that the people closest to me would become the reason I stopped trusting my own instincts. This isn't a story I plan to tell, and honestly, for a long time I tried to convince myself that staying silent was easier than facing the truth, but silence only made everything heavier. She was my girlfriend, the person I shared my days with, the one who knew my routines, my weaknesses, my plans for the future, and he was my friend, someone I trusted without thinking twice, someone I defended when others doubted him, someone I believed would never cross a line like this. At the beginning everything felt normal, almost perfect, and that's the scariest part because betrayal never arrives loudly, it arrives quietly, hiding behind normal conversations, smiles, jokes, and everyday moments that slowly start to feel different without you fully understanding why. There were small things at first, things I ignored because I didn't want to look paranoid, messages that stopped when I walked into the room, glances that lasted a second too long, moments where I felt like an outsider in my own relationship and my own friendship, but I told myself I was imagining things because trust makes you blind and love makes you excuse what you shouldn't. Days passed, then weeks, and that strange feeling in my chest never disappeared. It only grew stronger, heavier, more uncomfortable, like a warning I kept choosing to ignore because I was afraid of what I might find if I listened to it. The night everything came out wasn't dramatic at first. There was no shouting, no instant breakdown, just one moment, one message, one detail that didn't make sense, and suddenly the puzzle I never wanted to see was right in front of me. One truth led to another, and within minutes everything I believed collapsed. Not loudly, not violently, but slowly, painfully, piece by piece. What hurt the most wasn't just that my girlfriend cheated on me, it was that she did it with my friend, someone who knew exactly how much I trusted him, someone who listened to me talk about my relationship, someone who looked me in the eyes and pretended to care while doing the opposite behind my back. I remember sitting there in complete silence, not crying, not screaming, just staring at nothing, trying to process how easy it was for them to lie, how natural it seemed for them to live double lives while I was completely unaware. The betrayal wasn't a single moment, it was weeks, maybe months of choices, of conversations, of decisions made without me, and realizing that hurt more than the act itself. When I finally confronted them, the excuses came instantly, as if they had been prepared long before I ever found out. Phrases like it didn't mean anything, it just happened, we didn't want to hurt you, but every word sounded empty because the damage was already done. Losing her hurt, but losing him shattered something deeper, because friendship betrayal doesn't just break your heart, it breaks your sense of reality. It makes you question your judgment, your memories, your ability to read people, and suddenly every shared laugh feels fake and every memory feels poisoned. For a long time I blamed myself. I thought maybe I wasn't enough, maybe I was too trusting, too naive, too focused on believing the best in people, and that self-blame was almost worse than the betrayal itself because it made me feel small, weak, replaceable. Nights became longer, sleep became harder, and my mind replayed the same scenes over and over, searching for signs, moments where I could have stopped this, moments where I should have known. But the truth is simple and painful. Betrayal doesn't happen because you fail. It happens because someone else chooses to cross a line they know exists. What nobody tells you is that after something like this, the world feels different, quieter, colder. You start watching people more carefully, listening between the words, questioning intentions, and even though that sounds exhausting, it's also part of growth. I didn't become stronger instantly. There was no sudden motivation, no dramatic transformation, just slow healing, day by day, accepting that some people were never meant to stay in my life, no matter how close they once were. I learned that loyalty isn't proven by words but by actions when no one is watching, and that trust should never be given blindly, not because you want to be cold, but because your peace matters more than someone else's comfort. This story isn't about revenge. It's not about exposing names or proving anything to anyone. It's about acknowledging the truth and moving forward without carrying their choices on my shoulders. I lost a girlfriend, I lost a friend, I lost a version of myself that believed betrayal only happened to other people, but I didn't lose my values and I didn't lose my ability to stand back up, and that's something no betrayal can ever take away.